Hey everybody, I wanted to just take a few minutes to go over the requirements for the very first assignment for your organizational profile assignment, which is the assignment that you are doing yourself, not as a team for this class. I want to tell you about the very first task that you have for this assignment so that you can get started with it, and that is to pick out one or two organizations that you would love to know more about, that work on issues that you are very excited about, and ask for permission to study them. A lot of you did not get your first choice of topic for fake organization, so using this assignment to study an organization that does work on the issue that was your first choice is a great way to have both of your choices met. So let's just get started with some of the simple pieces. This is the front page of our Canvas classroom, and I want to show you that to find all the information about actually all of your assignments, both of your assignments, but right now we're just going to talk about organizational profile. You go to the pages, and here it is, this one right here, organizational profile, forms and instructions, and you click here. Now, I think you should pick whatever organization you want, but what you might want to do just for fun is look at this list that I have created of organizations that have accepted students in the past, and you might find an organization that works on your topic there. It's sometimes easier for students to approach an organization that's already said yes to students, easier psychologically. However, if you want to study something that nobody has studied before, or there is no organization there, please don't hesitate to reach out to an organization that is not on my list. This list got created because a student like you reached out to someone said yes, and then I added them to the list after the semester. Okay, so what we really need to do for the first thing is just take a look at the organizational profile instructions. So we're going to click on that little arrow. We're just going to preview it so we don't have to wait to download the whole thing. We're going to come down here and take a look at what this is. All right, so I am only concerned right now with getting you started. So the first thing you're going to do to get started is to find a local area organization that does work that matters to you. You can find an organization by Googling organizations in Phoenix that work on homelessness, or organizations in Phoenix that work with children with disabilities, organizations in Phoenix that research cancer. Whatever your interest is, just Google it and organizations will pop up. All right, so pick a couple of those organizations. I highly recommend that you send out more than one email. 2 or 3 is a good number, just to make sure that you get something back quickly. People who look at emails that are not critical will postpone answering them until later in the day, and then sometimes if it's not at the top of their mind, they'll just totally forget. So to be on the safe side, pick out 2 or 3 organizations you'd like to study. If it turns out that 2 people say yes, that's fine. Just let me know and send a thank you but no thank you note to the one that you don't want to do. But that is a good problem to have, and go ahead and pick 2 organizations. All right, the next thing you're going to have to do is you're going to have to find the name and contact number of the executive director and ask permission. Okay, so how do you get the name of the executive and contact number? Well, you're going to go to their website and look at the About Us section, or the Staff tab, or the Leadership tab, however they've labeled it, and scroll down until you find the Executive Director. You are not looking for the board president. You are looking for the organization's Chief Executive Officer, who is usually called the Executive Director, occasionally called Chief Executive Officer, but not usually for nonprofits. Once you find their name, it's unlikely that their email address will be right there on the website. Sometimes it is, but very unlikely. You will have to find the phone number. That's usually in the contact area. Either there will be a tab, or if you scroll all the way to the bottom of the page, the contact link is usually at the bottom as well. And find the phone number. Call the organization. I know that millennials don't like the phone, but this is the way to do this. Call the organization, ask whoever answers the phone for the email address for the executive director. If for some reason they are protective of the executive director's contact information, just explain that you are a student at ASU and that this is an assignment you have been given to send an email about setting up a meeting to the executive director. Usually you don't have to do that, but if somebody isn't forthcoming without you answering that question, then just answer the question. Okay, now you've got your organizations, you've got their executive director names, you've got their phone numbers. What next? Next, you need to write a letter. The letter needs to be very short and simply say, I'm a student at ASU, I am in a nonprofit management class, and I have an assignment to study an organization. I am very interested in what you do. I will need to interview 5 people from your organization, and I will also need to watch a board meeting. Would it be possible for me to study your organization? And then sign your name and attach a letter. You can see down here it's not number, but the third thing down here, ask permission to study the organization, asks you basically to attach a copy of a letter that I wrote so that you have your instructor's letter confirming what you've said and explaining the project. All right, so this is the important thing, and I'm going to stop here because you don't need to listen too much longer, but you should go ahead and read the rest of this material. I will, in fact, go over it in class with you, but you should also read it so that it's stuck in your head between me going over it and you reading it. All right, now I just want to point out to you that at the bottom of this letter, maybe on the back page, I can't remember, is a bunch of troubleshooting. Know that these troubleshooting, the problems you might have and the solutions for them are right here. If you have problems and you have not tried the troubleshooter, I'm going to just send you back to the troubleshooter. Okay, so I believe that the first assignment of sending out this email is coming right up. Let us go back over here to pages really quickly. Let's look at due dates at a glance. And this semester, this is your due date for sending out those emails. If you are not watching this in spring of 2020, but I've still got it up as instructions, just the due date will be whatever it says in due dates at a glance for mailing this email, and then taking a screenshot or using your cell phone to take a picture and uploading it. Where do you upload it? Come over here again to the link menu, to assignments, scroll down, and you don't even need to scroll down. The very first one is turn in an email of proof of contact. Okay, so you're going to click there, hit your submit assignment, and upload this. You can do this if the picture's on your phone. You can literally get on to ASU Online from your phone. Okay, if you have any questions about this, feel free to email me, or even better, since other students will probably have the same question, go into the discussion link, go to the hallway conversations, and post your question here, because probably if you have a question, everybody else will have a question, and that way I can answer everybody and everybody can see it at once. Bye.